Hi and welcome to this video on how we can use pi, and that's not the food we eat, to help us with obtaining measurements in the building industry. I don't really know your backgrounds on how you were taught to find the areas of circles in school, but for me it was simply pi times radius squared as per the image right in front of you, with pi being a ratio of 3.142 to 3 decimal places. And so what I aim to do in this video is show you how pi is derived at and how it can directly be applied to a building example to obtain measurement. Pi is obtained by taking the circumference of a circle and dividing it by the diameter. And this is the same for any size circle. If you're like me, I always try to carry out a practical example to prove that something is right. So I took a drinking cup, drew around the bottom of it onto a piece of paper, and then got some string, placed it around the circle I drew, and then cut it. I then laid out the string as per photo and measured the circumference and diameter. And here are the results in both metric and imperial measurements. If we take the circumference of 180mm and divide it by the diameter of 55mm, we obtain 3.27. It's not quite 3.142 due to the method I was doing, however, we can see that the outcome is correct. Now, let's use pi to measure the best example of construction, that is, concrete columns. In the photo, let's assume that a column has a diameter of 600mm, that is 23.622 inches or 1.97 feet, with a height of 4000mm, that is 157.4803 inches or 13.12 feet. And we want to know how much concrete is required for one column only at this stage. All we need to do to find the volume of concrete is first find the area and times it by the height. And here are the results in both metric and imperial. For the metric result, I firstly converted millimeters to meters. As you can see, the radius is half of the diameter. Thus, the volume of concrete required is 1.13 meter cubed or 40.40 cubic feet. And that concludes this video on using pi to obtain measurements within the building industry. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.